As requested, part 2 of reacting to construction fails. Let's get into it. Oh man, Canadian concrete pumper just having concrete dump out of the hopper of the pump. This would 100% be responsibility of the concrete company, because the concrete driver is responsible for taking the concrete out. I don't know what happened. It looks like he just hit the wrong lever and just everything dumped. But this is going to be a massive, massive cleanup. The concrete company is going to be pissed and might fire this guy, because this is honestly unacceptable. Very, very big problems. I mean, if he lives in the wrong city, wrong state, you do this by a clean out, like a sewer clean out, and the concrete dumps inside the sewer clean out, you are in trouble. Like big fines, big cleanup. The city will clean it up. They'll hire their own guy and they'll give you a bill for $10,000. It's gonna be crazy. So this guy should get this cleaned up ASAP and then move on.
Today we were supposed to have landscaping rocks delivered to our house by this dump truck, but this happened. While he was backing into our side yard, the ground beneath the truck collapsed and the back tire sunk deep into the ground. The driver had to call a heavy-duty tow truck to try and pull him out so we could find out what exactly even happened.
The reason this happened is because they purchased this house from a previous owner, and instead of the previous owner filling in the septic tank, he just put rock over it and called it a day. This was done in the 60s, 70s. So even if they wanted to go sue the guy, who cares? The guy's probably already dead. What are you going to do? So now what they did is they have to dump all the rock, take the truck out. Fortunately, the house didn't get hurt. It was just a driveway. Fill in the septic tank. And then this joys of being a homeowner. Shit like this happens all the time. You have to be prepared to pay the bill. If you want to have a nice house, you got to foot the bill. But this is very unfortunate that happened to them. There's nothing you can do. It is what it is.
I understand that there will be some settling over time, and when that happens, we will just add more dirt and rock. This was a scary and crazy freak accident, but luckily it was fixable.
Trust me, I won't hit you.
Oh, he just whacked him with the sledgehammer. Why did they hold the stake up so high? And to be honest, he should be able to do it by himself. You take the little hammer and you go tap, 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 get it started, and then you go whack, whack. You don't need anyone. You can just do it one person. A good framer will do it by himself. Now this guy, he might have broke his hand. I don't think so, but could have. And that would have been a problem for the owner. And I would know because I did break my wrist and I was immobile with my wrist. I couldn't write. I couldn't take a shower for 3-4 months. It was not good. And then it healed up and everything's fine. So now I have full mobility, but breaking a wrist is no good. Breaking an ankle is even worse.
Oh, somebody getting fucking fired. Shit.
Someone's getting fired. Brand new house.
Oh, boy. Way to go, bud.
That is very unfortunate. It looks like they were getting ready to sell the house and then plumbing blew up. Boom. Exploded. Not good, not ideal. But this is the joys of owning a home, renting properties, being a landlord, whatever it is. It is what it is. Unfortunately, nobody was home to stop the water, so now they have some serious flood damage. Everything in landscaping is a little bit, it's similar to inside, but not really, because people can still live inside their house and have landscaping work done versus you have things that are done inside the house. Not ideal. You have to really move around, and these are people's living spaces and all that stuff. So landscaping work is a little bit better and easier. I would recommend, as a homeowner, to not have people do remodels on the entire property and live in the house. That's gonna be a problem. I would move out, do the remodel, and come back. Boom, bucket gone. So on this particular case, they did not put the pin inside the bucket. That's why it fell in. It happens. It's a mistake. I know. It's fine. Not a big deal. They can get this bucket out pretty simple. You just get another bucket or a chain or some kind of, I don't know. It is what it is. But it could have easily been preventable. All you had to do is put the pin in. And every single excavator operator has a spotter. And it's the spotter's job to say, bro, the pin's not in. It's actually the operator's job to put the pin in, because the operator is responsible for his machine. But the spotter, he could have been like, yo, bro, there's no pin. Hold up. But now we got a good video out of it. Ooh, it's stuck. By the way, this operator is a super professional. This guy knows. He literally got off of the trailer without any ramps and just using the excavator. That is super boss. He did mess up the yard though. But now what he's going to do is going to move the excavator back and then jack up the truck and drive her on out. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So things like this happen all the time. I don't know why he couldn't go and make a U-turn on some kind of road, but whatever. We have the cards we're dealt, and it is what it is. This guy made the best of it. So he got out, and unfortunately he's going to have to clean up the yard. Who knows if this was a random person that he decided to whip it or the actual customer's house, but definitely going to cause some damage, 100%. But it is what it is. At least he got out. He did a good job, and he's a great operator. Would I fire this guy for doing this? It depends. If the customer was like, yeah, no big deal, because you never know, because usually you can drive inside grass, I probably wouldn't fire him. I would say, bro, what the fuck? Like, why'd you do that? But then he would tell me his reason. I'd be like, all right, whatever. Let's just clean it up and get out of here. Sometimes it happens. This guy's a very good driver. You got to know, he's driving a semi-truck. He's driving trailers. These guys are very, very, very important in your business and in your company. So for you to just blow someone out of the water because they are doing some things on the fly, he might have been able to do this 10, 20 times and nothing happened, which he probably did. But this time it didn't work out too well. So here's what it is.
New guy's first time cutting into a main water line.
Now you gotta cut it.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
You gotta cut all the way through. The longer you wait, the more water is gonna fill in the hole.
Okay, so these dudes are on a farm, and it looks like they're going to be replacing the pipe, or they turned off the water, they're going to tee it, something happened. But in order to access the pipe to put another tee, you have to cut the area. So they closed it off, and then they got to cut the pipe. Well, obviously, this has thousands of gallons of water and also water pressure. Cut it with a Sawzall, and then boom, everything floods. This is totally normal. They know what they're doing. This was expected for sure, but they definitely put the new guy there to make fun of him and give him a run for his money. You're new, you get dirty and wet. To be honest, this happened to us. We were digging around a little driveway, and the city did not mark where the water line was, and we were excavating, and we nicked it. Boom, water line blew up. If you want to see that video, click this right here or click this right here, wherever, and I'll show you that video. It's got over 1.5 million views. It is the most popular video on YouTube. It was drama. Uh-oh. Oh no. Dude, what are people thinking when they do this? This could have gone so much worse. The guy could have got seriously injured, but fortunately the wall just kind of collapsed. That still hurt. You have to do the right footing. You have to do the right bracing. You have to make sure you're using the right material. I know brick walls, they're using brick walls, okay, fine, or some kind of concrete cement blocks, but if the mortar dried, maybe it would have been good, but if you can kick that hard enough, it'll fall. You got to be careful with that. Most important part is rebar. Rebar is what holds up the cinder block wall. Guarantee these guys rented this excavator. Oh, boom. Excavator toast. Obviously, not a good idea to put the boom out and move material. What he should have done is got directly with the material, lift it up, and just drive backwards. As close and as low as possible with the material onto the ground, close to the machine, and just putt along backwards. Don't move the boom. Very straight with the front bucket. Because if anything goes down, it hits the ground first. But that's going to be another probably $5,000, $3,000 in damages. The rental company has to come. They got to flip the machine over. They got to tow it, can't start it. You got to take it to the yard. You got to drain all the fluids. You got to crank it up. Hopefully it starts. No fluids inside the motor. Take all the spark plugs out, yada, 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 all that. And then start it. $5,000 easy. No question, no doubt. A lot of these people could get severely hurt. But remember, it's not even about the employees getting hurt or you getting hurt, the people getting hurt. If you're a business owner, it costs you a lot of money when people get hurt, when people do the job wrong. And at the end of the day, you're in business to make money. So if you don't focus on safety, you lose money. I know it might sound like a double-edged sword. Well, if I focus on safety, then they waste a lot of time, then I lose money. You're going to lose money either way. Have it done safely, and then don't make mistakes, stupid mistakes, that make sure you have the right insurance, all the workman's comp, all the liability stuff. Get that all out the way. You already know what you need. Most of you already know what you need. You just don't do it because you're lazy and you're dumb. Don't be dumb. I sleep like a baby at night knowing that the boys are safe and everything is good and I have all the proper insurance. Everything is protected. I'm protected. The guys are protected. The whole company's protected. Use protection. Later. Subscribe or don't. Unsubscribe.